Hello, everybody. Welcome to Code Heaven. So today we are going to learn about a front-end technology called React.js. So basically, what React is it's actually a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. So it's actually used to build single-page applications. It's a very famous library used by millions and millions of people worldwide. It allows us to create reusable UI components. There are other UI libraries as well, libraries and frameworks like Angular, Vue, JS, Civility, etc. But today we are going to learn about React.js. So at first, we need Node.js at first. We need to download Node.js first. So let's go to Node.js and download it. So we need Node.js to develop our React. So we got two versions of Node.js at the moment. And one is 18.15 for which has a long-term support, and another is 19.7, which is the current version, and it has latest features. So let's use this 18.15 for the moment. You can download this one by clicking in here and install it. For me, I have already downloaded this Node.js, so I won't be clicking this at the moment. So if you have already downloaded this one, you can create a command and see if it's downloaded by clicking node dash version. For me it says version 18.14. So but current is 18.15. So you can download the latest one. Mine one is 18.14. Okay. I'll close this one. And after downloading this node version, what we will have to do is we'll have to use. Okay, I'll make a new. So let's start by making a to-do app. For that, I'll create a command in this folder like this. So so we'll go to this to-do folder, and then after installing Node.js, we'll use this command npx, and there is a command called react react app, and let's do to create enter, and then it will start downloading all the necessary packages for us. It's downloading now. But if you don't have this Create React app, you'll need to install this one. To install this one, you'll need to go to the React. Go to React website. Since I have already installed that, I don't need to download that one as well. So let's go to get started. Try React, learn React. Okay, let's see where is this step. Let's go to tutorial. So, use create React app. So it looks like when you download Node.js, you'll get npm, and you'll also get create React app. Let's check. Install create React. It's not showing here at the moment. Let us see. Okay, so it says npx create React app and my app. Go to cd my app and npm start. So if you previously installed create React app globally via npm install -c create React app. So if this create React app is not present in your system, you can use npm install -g and create React app. Since I already have this one, I don't need to do this one. But if it's already installed in the system, you can go to you can just uninstall this one by using npm, or you can also use yarn to remove that globally to ensure that npx always uses to use the latest version. Uninstall this one and you install it again. So npx comes with npm 5.2 and higher. So if you have latest version, npx comes built in with it. Okay. So let's see if mine one is done. So okay, it says happy hacking. So I'll need to go to cd to do. Okay, I'm inside to do, but if I list this one, the IR here, there is to do folder. So I have to go to do again. Yeah, this one, and then I can use, let's use dir to see if there are more files. Yes, there are. So I can use cod code and dot. So guys, will be using VS Code as an editor to run to build and develop our React application and ingest. So after that, my VS Code has come up in here. So it has these many folders, these many files. It has public file as well. It has indexed HTML file, and it has node modules as well here. Okay, so let's open this terminal and let's see if it's working. Let's do npm start. So by default, it will open the browser. And if you go to, by default, it will open the browser in localhost 3000. Yep, so it's coming. Edit the source app.js and save reload. So it's this one. Let's edit app.js. So whatever, yeah, that text is coming from here, edit the source and reload. So let's do one thing. Let's delete this whole file. And let's just use H1 and let's get hello world. Let's delete these app.css files as well. We won't need this one. Let's clean up our code. So now I think there is some errors. It's saying can't resolve app.css, right? Since we have already deleted, we'll be only using this app.css file. I think there's some dependency here for app.css. Yes. So let's remove this one. Let's remove this logo as well. We don't need that. So let's delete this logo as well. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Now it's working again. You see, we've got hello world. Congrats, guys. Now you're officially a hacker according to React. Okay. So today we'll be making a simple to-do application. Let's see. But before that, let's learn some basics of React. Okay. React, so it's React. So React, actually it creates a virtual DOM in memory. So what happens is it doesn't directly manipulate our DOM like our previous vanilla JS or jQuery. What they used to do was they used to manipulate the DOM. But this React, what it does is it doesn't say directly change the DOM, but it makes a virtual DOM and compares changes whatever the change is there, it changes it only in the virtual DOM and compares the change only change items, only change objects to the real DOM and it just updates the only change particle, change objects into the real DOM so that the rendering is very quick. So it's very pretty much faster than these other opponents like Angular. See? So we have already set up. So let's check our index.js file. Index.js file, what it's doing is, uh, so these are the objects of the built-in objects of the React.js. React DOM is creating a root by this ID called root. So if you go to our index.html file, there should be some root here. See, there's one div and it's called root. So whatever we manipulate, whatever we add from our app.js file, it will go to this root and it will render app.js. So our main entry point is this app.js file. So in React.js, we'll use the latest version of the JavaScript and it's called ES6 or which stands for ECMAScript 6. So ECMAScript 6 was created to standardize JavaScript. And there were previous versions of ECMAScript like ES5, but the latest one is ES6. And ES6 has many like new features like arrow functions, like for variables. We use late and constant. We use array methods like map, array destructuring, modules, ternary operator, and spread operators. So these are new features in ES6. We will be using those in our React.js. Okay. So with React, we'll need some packages as well. So you go to extensions, and if you let's see, there I'll let you install the packages that I have already installed. Let's search for React. Yes, so this one ES7. Okay. So guys, if we got ES7 here. So I guess ES6 is not the latest one. I guess ES7 is the latest ECMAScript version. And yeah, you can install uh, this package to get the React snippets and the Redux snippets as well. So it creates ES7 snippets as well. We will be using Redux later on. Redux is basically a state management library which manages all the states in one single location. So we'll need that later on. For now, you can just install this package. Okay. After that, um, let's make some. So since we'll be making a to-do application, let's make one. Let's start with our components. Hello world is here. Let's inside source folder. Let's make component folder, and inside component, let's make a new file called in this file. Let's make a JS file. Let's make it to do list.js. And if you have installed that library I said before, that package for snippet, if you type react arrow fc, yeah, this one. So these kind of snippets will come and you just press enter and it will create this snippet for us. See, RAFCE. And so, so this one, what we are seeing here is called JSX. JXX. It's similar to HTML, but what it does is it renders inside this return method. It's created by Facebook. And once you create this method, you can just export default that method, and then it will be available. So now you can use this component in app.js as well. So instead of app.js here, what we can do is to-do list. Just put this to-do list in here. Yeah. And press Control and space bar, and this suggestion will come. You can just enter this one. So that, yeah, it will create this import here. And then close this one. Now, if you go here, as you can see to-do list over here. Now this component has come over there. So many times, but sometimes you will need to send some data from this parent component to child component. For that, what we have to do is you will have to send it as props. But to do that, you can just press suppose you are sending yes here and then send something like by test. Okay? And inside to be just F12 to go here. Here you can just say test. So whatever props this one, you have type it in here, just put it in here, and you can just show it in here. And then yeah, as you can see, my test over here. So you can pass the data from parent to child by using these props. So these are called as props in React.js. Okay. So let's do something more in our React application. Let's remove this prop for now. Inside Q, let's make S2 and let's call this as one to do this. And inside to do this, we'll also need one form. And let's make a separate, what we can do is let's make a component for form. You can directly type form in here, but since we are using React and in basically React follows this convention of making reusable components so that it can be reused everywhere. So let's make a reusable form component. Let's go to component, make a new type form. Let's say to do form.js. And let's say React FCE to create this to the form. And then we'll make a form in here. Instead of this return tier, we'll make a form, and inside form will input field. Let's make this one like this. And in JSS, if you want to give some class name, we have to use this one, class name like this. In plain HTML, it would be like class dash name, but in JSS, it's class name in camel case. So let's use, so we'll be using a library called Reactstrap that is similar to Bootstrap to get the classes. So let's go to Reactstrap. See how we can install Reactstrap. Okay, let's here. npm install the secret React app. So it says npm install bootstrap. Install Reactstrap install into bootstrap. So this needs to be installed as well. So we need both bootstrap and Reactstrap. So after installing, so to include partner, we'll need import button from Reactstrap. Okay, let's use this one. Let's copy this from here. Okay. Let's open a new command and paste this one. So it's installing Bootstrap now. And now let's install Reactstrap. It says React and Reactor. Let's install this. Now if you go to package.json, we've got React DOM, Reactstrap as well, and Bootstrap as well. So we'll so by installing this Reactstrap, we get classes similar to Bootstrap. See, this has come to if you go to Bootstrap, let's see which version of Bootstrap it has installed. 5.2.3. It's 5.2.3. This one. Let's see what classes do we need in input. Let's go to form and input. Let's go to form control. So classes like form dash control, form dash labels. We can use these kinds of classes. So let's go here. Let's keep name called form dash control input, and so the type would be text. Let's see, we also need a placeholder here, and add your, let's say, add your task name is to, let's give it a name, and then that's pretty much it. And we'll also need a button. So button type would be submit. Let's say add, and inside here class name would be, let's go to Bootstrap. Let's see what kind of class name do they use for form. The new class for form name. Okay, no need of class in here. So on submit, but we need on submit. So whenever they click this button, This on submit would be triggered, and on submit we'll be using like some if we create add in like let's say add task. But since we'll be using this uh, so this add task method, we can either create in here or we can create this in our parent in to-do list over here and pass that function as props in here. See? So we'll be using add task over here as props. Okay. So but in React, now you need to so basically React works by the concept of state. So whatever you change, whatever field you change in this input field, we'll have to add that into our state and then give that state field into this add task function. Okay. So for that, we'll have to give value, let's say name. So value of name and on change, we need to handle on change. Yeah. So for that, we'll make class called handle input. Okay. So, so these are also functions, but we'll create these functions in our parent component. So, and then pass them as props in this child component. So let's go to its parent component to do form. So we'll be adding this form over here. So let's say into form. So if we click here, yeah, it generated this made snippet here, but it hasn't generated the imports from here. So let's press Ctrl and this bar, and this one second one, and it has created this class. Oops, let's delete these extra characters. Now, okay. So now this has been created. Now we need to create those functions that we have declared in here. So at first we need this add task function. Let's create this add task function. So let's create. So we make an anonymous function, anonymous arrow function. So okay, it's not coming. Let's create constant add task. It's going to. So we'll be making a synchronous function. So we need this one sc keyword. So since we'll be using this on create, so whenever we press the add button, so it will generate an event as well. So for that, let's put Q and dot event default. So, okay. So here we'll need to check the name, if the name field is empty or not. So for that, what we'll be using is we'll need to have a state here. So for the state, we need use state. So this one. So it will import this use state from React. Let's press Ctrl space once again and create the snippet. Use callback snippet, not this one. Use state. This will be use state snippet as well, but it's not coming. Use state snippet. Yes, this one. So in this state, what we need is so we need to create some tasks. Right? Tasks, and then let's make this capital set task. So so whenever we need to update our state, we use this second one, set, and then whatever the name is in front, and we update state from here. We call this method and enter. So by default, our tasks will be arrays. So we'll be using this one, set tasks array. So we'll be using form data as well. So we make another, let's copy this one, get this one, and we'll use form data to get the form data, to store our form data in state. So use your form data, and by default, let's set our form will have name and let's say completed. Conflict will be false by default. Okay. And we can destructure this one form data. Let's destructure. Let's take out the name from here and from form data. Let's change whatever the name that comes from this form data from our state. We'll use this one in our add task function. So if this name in our state, if this name is equal to empty, so we'll throw some error. So we'll be validating this one. And so to throw the validation error, we'll be using a values like a library to show the error. So we'll be using a library called Toast. So let's go to Toast. Let's Toast React. So yes, React Toast define this one. It says npm install the save React Toastify. Let's copy this one and install it. Okay. Let's see its documentation. What does it say to gist? So we have the import toast container from Reactstrap, import from Reactstrap as CSS. So and notify. What do we notify? We can notify by the same toast and this one. And we need to put this toast container as well. So we put this toast containers like this in our app.js. Okay, I guess it's installed. Let's go here. It says React was file installed. Okay. Let's go to app.js. In the app.js, just after we div, we'll put this React, this toast container. Oops, it's saying some error here. This request must have one parent element. So in JS expects, okay, we can't have two divs. We will need to have only one div. So let's put this over here. And we need to import those container from Reactify. Okay. And we also need this part import. Now let's copy this port one as it says. Okay, let's paste this over here. Oops, some mistake in here. Those container, this one. Now, here what we can do is post, let's see documentation, notify those ones. I think there are different kind of notifications for error, success, and everything. Okay, let's try this one. First, we need to bring this toast in here, and then we need to just return this return toast dot error, and you say input will must not be empty. Let's go to this line. Let's see if our app is still running. Where's our app? Okay, so as you can see, my to-do list is over here and here. Let's try to add something like this and add. So there's no notification at the moment. Let's see if there are any errors. Currently, our submit button is not working. Let's make it work at the moment. Add task. So at first we'll have to send this add task over add task as prop. And yeah, let's put add task in here. Now, once we submit, it should give us that close message. Close, start comment. Look, guys, what we have to do is we'll have to make call this add task. We'll have to, since we are changing this as props from here, add task. So we'll have to make this same as it's in the parent. So previously I had make this add as capital. So instead of capital, this will be small letter. Okay. If it's not same, it will not work. So now whenever we submit this button, it will trigger this add task function. That's and this add task is this one, this function. So whenever we click this add task function, it will show this. It should show this message if the name is empty. Now let's go here and let's see. Now this toaster is coming here. Now if you put any text here, this should not come. Oops, but it's still coming. Looks like there's some mistake. Let's if it's empty, if it's called empty, then it should come. Name. Oh, since this name, we haven't bind this name with our like state. So at first we'll have, so this name is coming as empty since this name is empty in the beginning, see, in form data. So for that, we'll have to handle this form data first. So to handle this form data, what we'll need to do is so to handle that form data, since whatever change varying in the input field will be handled from this handle input props, and whatever the value is in this input will go as name. So we'll use this handle input. We'll create this handle input in our parent component. So let's make for instance a handle input, and inside handle input we'll simply be triggering event or change event. We need this e as parameter, and what we will be destructuring the name that comes from the this e event e dot, it's equal to e dot target, and then whatever the name that comes from here from this event, we'll set this in this form data in our state. So to set in this form state, we can't use call. So we cannot use directly form data. We can use something like form data is equal to. We can use something like form data is equal to name. So usually brings us error. So instead of this, we will have to use this set form data method, and then inside set form data, we need to put this name here. But before that, we can use the spread operator of the form data to put whatever there was. So whatever the form data there was before, we'll put that form data in the state, and then we'll append its new name like this. We'll keep the value its name. So in this way, we have set the form data. Now, as soon as we set the form data, And the value of this name will come over here, and this name will not be empty this time. Now let's test this. Oops. Let's refresh this page. Oops, it's still coming as empty. Save or handle input. We haven't used this anywhere, so we have to send this as props and save it. Now let's add. Close this one. Let's refresh this and add. Oops, it's still coming as. Let's see if there's any error. Okay. The passing handle input in here. These names should be same. Let's see if it's same across. And change handle input. It's pretty much same. Now we'll need to debug. Let's see. Oh, we haven't saved this file. Okay, it's still coming. Let's put a debugger over here, and let's use F12 and we'll trigger that debugger. So it's not triggering this debugger. See, as you can see. So the problem is this function is not being called. Yeah, let's break this one over here. Let's see what's going on. So whenever we press the submit button, it goes to add task. So this one is done. But this unchanged handle input is not being triggered. So let's see what's happening here. Unchanged is going to handle input. Value is name. Name is going to be type is text. Everything looks good in here. So this all looks pretty much fine. But now if we debug, let's put text T, it's getting debugged. So whenever we change, put any value, so it's getting triggered. Let's see. We're getting value name and value T. So it looks fine. Then it's setting the value of form data TE. So it's looking fine. Now let's go to components. And so guys, if you don't have these this debugging tool of React, you can download React tools from you can download the Google Chrome extension called React tools, and these debugging tools will come. Okay. And if you go to to-do list, you can see the props is my test, and the hooks, and the state. First state is empty, and second state name T is over here. See? So if I test over here, it should come test. See? And let's go to components and let's see. This should be coming. Okay, since it's not coming, maybe it takes time to render. Okay, now yeah, test is coming. This has come over here. That means our state function is working. Let's close this one. Let's press add. Now, okay, now this error is not coming since it's not empty. Let's make it empty and add. Yes, since it's empty, it's coming. So it's working as expected. No, it's not coming. So since there's no error, it won't come. See? Okay, now let's delete this debugger. And what we'll do is now what we have to do is we'll have to add this into so here we'll have to call some of our backend APIs. Since we don't have any backend at the moment, let's just put this in our state at the moment. State as in tasks. Okay, let's just put set tasks. So put set tasks, and inside set tasks, we'll put this name. It's not in the handle, not over here. And this handle inputs job is finished now. Now we'll need inside this add task here. Usually what we'll do is we would call the API function from here, but for now, since we don't have any backend, we'll just put set task over here. And inside set tasks, we'll just put the form data. Whatever it's in the form data will pass, put in the name and complete it will go in the tasks. Okay. And once that's done, so once we set this in the form data, we'll like empty our form data. Like before our form state has this name value, but now we'll put this name in form data name as empty. Where our form is cleaned now. And then, okay, let's see our state. Add. Whenever we press add, it must not be empty. There's some mistake here. Okay. Looks like if we press more than once, this input field must not be empty is coming. Oh, I see. So what's happening is when you click the first time, the name is over there, but when you click add for the second time, we have cleared the name. So since name is not there, so this field is already again coming. But since we're clear the name, we'll have to remove this test from input field also. So let's do that. So we'll have to pass this name as props as well. Name is equal to name. So the value is name over here. So whatever we put in the state value will come over here. So if the state value is null, it will come here as null. Now let's put test and add. The error is not coming, but this is cleared. See, if we press test2, okay, now this is cleared and the error is also gone. Now let's see our state. Okay, so our state has state 2 and completed is false. Okay, so our first state is removing the second state, which is fine. So tasks. So now our form data has been cleared, but we need to add something to our task as well. Set tasks. We've added form data, right? This form data should be coming here. It's coming as complete false. Yeah. Set tasks. So in form data, let's do the spread operator to add previous forms as well. Let's use test3 and add. Okay. So basically what we'll have to do is we'll have to use the spread operator to append our array. The previous array will come from this spread operator, and the new data will be appending by putting the same form data over here. Put form data, previous and the new form data. Now let's see. Too many errors here. Oops. Object is not visible. Can read proper T object. So it looks like we can use this one. It's not iterable. It's saying form data. It's not iterable. So guys, so it's not this form data. The previous data was tasks. Whatever the task was there before, it will be there and will be appending new form data in these tasks. So let's add this. Oops, it's still giving some error. Okay. Yes, that's some error here. But this is saying this task is not iterable. So I figured out what's wrong. So what we have to do is we can just put this third operator and form the task. We'll have to use this operator as well. Task and then arrow function. Then put this third operator and form task. data. Now, when we add new element, it will add this to array. See, so we got now three. This one and this three over here. Now we'll have what we'll be doing is we'll be displaying these three items somewhere over here below. For that, we need a list over here. So for list, let's create a new component to show all the lists. So every list, every item, let's create a new component. Let's say since it will be a single item, component of single item, call it just to do this single item. And inside this to do what we'll have is, so let's create React to do inside this to do we'll have at first let's just name. We will be iterating this to do. We'll just have name and completed. Let's just pass name and completed at the moment. So let's pass those name as class name and completed. Then let's just name and completed at the moment. And put this to do over here. Let's bring the namespace to do and we'll have to iterate this inside a loop as well. So for that we'll be using map function. Let's use HR to separate this from the form. Let's see how, okay, it's too big, HR. We'll work with CSS later. Let's just work with data at the moment. So task will be inside tasks, right? So will be tasks map function. Oops, it's not coming. So okay, make JS inside with this bracket. If something's not working, it's maybe because of this task.map. Oops. And then inside map, simple task object, and we also have to keep index here. And inside here, we'll put this to do. Okay. Now what is this complaining about? Okay. So now this will look through this task, and inside this to do will send this the task as prop. task. And we have to put this index in here as well. Key is equal to index. This one is for the performance issue. So React will know that. So since this to do will be inside a list, the main to dos here, and React will know how if there's any change in one of the lists, React will know which one item to change based on this key. Okay, now let's see. Okay, okay, let's add some few tests. Okay, okay. The test. Now we got something in the list in the test in the state. We got fork list in the state, but it's not random. It's not coming over here. So let's debug now. Task. It's set task. But task.map is not working. For some reason, this task is not coming. Let's console log. Console.log tasks. Okay, we can add console log in here. Estimate another. Okay. Console.log is coming. Let's refresh this. With two errors. Now I think the state is gone. Yeah, the state is empty now. Let's try once more. There's one state. What about in here? Let's clear this. We can test. Oh, I see what's happening here. In 2 minutes. It looks like this. There's 2 minutes in here for some reason. I just added one console log. Something is weird. So I figure out what's going on in here. So what was happening is on each our type event, yeah, this handle inputs text have each and every type event. So even if you press one single word like T, E, like it gets one by one, it gets into our form data. So each individual event is being recorded here. That's why it was showing so much. So that's what it looks like. So we got some data in here, but this data is not being passed into to-do. Let's see what's happening inside to-do. Oh, so inside to-do, there's name over here, but we're not passing it as name. We are passing it as task. So let's pass this as, since our to-do has task. Okay. Since our task will have name and completed as well. So let's put this one as task. And here, let's destructure the name. Fonts name and completed. Completed is both. Fonts name and completed from task. So when this is completed over here, okay. Now it should be coming. Let's add this. Still not coming. New test. New. Okay, it's being recorded here, but it's not coming. Name task completed. Let's console log this task. Oops, you can't log this here. Maybe let's try to log this task. Console log this task. Okay, it's not getting logged. For some reason, this task is not coming. So guys, I figured out what was going on. I forgot to put this return method over here. So basically in the map, we have to return our JSX as well. Now, so this, you see this test is coming. Let's add test 2. It's test 2 is also coming now. And test 3 is also coming. See, this way we can add tests. Test 2, test 3. So guys, now since this list to add to the list is working, but as we can see, the CSS here is not looking good. But for this, we'll need to import this bootstrap CSS into our index.js. So I'll just uncomment this. So guys, for you, if you want to import this bootstrap, gist css/bootstraps.css and save it. Then, as you can see, this the CSS is being loaded here, but like it's going on full, and this button, as you can see, this button is not looking good. So we'll have to make some changes here. As you can see, it's going full because of this form control class. Form control class goes to 100%. And in this button, we don't have any class. Let's add some class to our button. Let's go to to-do list. Inside to-do, where is our button? I think it's in button, yeah. Let's give a class name. Class name is going to button dash primary. So this is basically class from Bootstrap. So this button is coming. Let's go to Bootstrap. Let's see how we can arrange this, how we can design this form. Let's go to Bootstrap. Let's see which version of Bootstrap we got in packaging. So it's Bootstrap 5.2.3. 5.2.3. Let's go to components. Which component do we need? Actually, we need forms, right? So let's go to forms, form control. So by default, this form control will give us full size input fields, but we don't need full size at the moment. Okay, we need similar to like this, like half size, right? So call auto and button. So we don't need this label here. What we need is so in div we'll have to put call as auto. Let's just copy this whole grid and put it inside here. Okay, let's put this inside here and we'll amend it accordingly. So input, we don't need this label. Let's assemble this label. Input type, home control. Oh, there's one div as well. Div call auto. Where did my div call auto go? It's in here. So at first, we need to wrap this inside a div and then slash div. Okay. And yeah, done with this part now. Yeah. If Alt F. So we arrange these two in two different divs. Right. One for input field and one for button. Two columns. Call means columns. Okay. So one column for input field and another for button. Now we've got two buttons here. Okay, let's cut this one and put this inside here. Okay. Let's see how it's coming. Okay. This is still the same. Call auto is not doing anything. Oh, since we don't have this row part, and we will need this class is equal to row as well. G3 must be, it must, I have never seen this class before. I think G3 must be related to some paddings or margins. Let's add that in here. So we need class name and copy paste. Let's name this class. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, now it's working. Add your task, add. Let's add test. Oops. Okay, but test is coming in here. You know what? Let's move this towards this to center as well. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, so this G3 is giving us this lots of padding here. What if we move this G3? Oh, it's just this small padding. If visibility with S2, this is the form. This form doesn't have any class. form has row class. Let's see if we make that text as center. Will it move to center? No. Display flex. Margin right. Let's put this inside. Let's There's one div here. Let's put a class on this div contains is S2 as well. So let's put a main div here before form, and let's put this row class in here. I don't think we need this div, and let's see how it works. Form class auto class auto. So it's not working. We need this row class in here as well. Row. Okay. Call auto call. What if we give here class right container? Okay, now it's moving up at center. So this whole space is taking too much space. What if we give? Let's see what we can do. What if we give this chip? It's going to do list. Inside to go. Let's create. Okay, let's create a class name and container address here as well. Yeah. And there is one container here, another container here. Inside this container, I want this test to align in the left. And let's give some dot row and then dot row out of what was the class here. Yes, equal to 5. Own dashboard. Let's put this whole thing inside here. Okay, now it's coming towards the left. It's much better than before. Let's put this too. Okay, now it's coming over here. No, I think if you put this inside, list, something like unordered list. That would be better. So to do that, we'll have to use class.name. So, but there's one problem, like, so it's generating two more divs with their own containers and own rows. So there's too much of divs here. So we don't want that. So each of these are coming in their separate list. So I think instead of this, let's remove all of these. I just want to confirm list. So inside list. No, it's fine. But we need UL. UL would be yeah, somewhere in there. UL. Okay, let's move it above this curly brackets. Okay, what now? Okay, so it's coming. So instead of this dot, let's give it number. I think to give the number, we'll need ordered list. Is it OL? Yeah. Okay, so instead of UL, let's make it OL. But the problem here is, oops, there's something wrong. Invalid term class to mean class name. Where did I put class? Not here. Okay, we'll look about that later. Yes, okay, it's coming, but it's coming in the middle. Why is it coming in the middle? So let's think about X. I don't know what class, bootstrap class is there. Move the text to the left. Last name is okay. Let's Google it. Like LI or LI plus bootstrap to text to okay. This will be something. Text test justify. Okay. Text center, text left. Okay, so if we put this inside p tag, let's put this inside p tag. It's inside p tag and class. What was the class name? Text as left. Okay, I think we need this class inside this p tag now. Oops, still not working. Let's let's look for list. Let's look for list. Okay. So inputs have we got list group class. Let's use this one. Mm, okay, yeah, let's use class name is going to be list group and this group item. So in here, class name is going to item. Let's see now. Oops, it's still not working. Test this group. If I add this to, okay, it's coming, it's coming. Print tag is also clear. Okay, I don't really need this print tag. This group item is there. Test, test, okay. We've got two tags, but it's not moving towards left. For some reason, the container is gone. So it looks like if you put this class d dash flex, then it aligns towards the left. Let's try to put that in our case. Let's put that b dash flex inside. And let's refresh. Oops, test. Okay, it's coming here. Let's do. Okay, now it's working. Test two, test three. Yep, it's working now. Yeah. And all of them are logging in here as well. Let's see where I have put this class. Let's find it. Many classes. Where I mean it's in here. Class name, class. So look now. Test, test two. Yeah, so it's pretty much fine. So guys, our video has gone too long for today. So I would like to wrap up this video for today, and in the next lesson we will be using, we'll also add like update and delete path as well. So we'll add a button here to update and delete as well. And then after that, we'll also add, we'll also use, um, I'll also show you how to add these in the server side by using a library called Axios. We'll use this Axios to call the REST API, and then we'll use the CRUD operations over the server side. So we'll do that. Remember, we will not be developing any server-side application this time. So I'm thinking of using an application called Airtable. There's one application called Airtable where we can make a database. So you will have to sign in this. You will have to sign up. You can sign up for free. And in this application, what you can do is let's sign in with Google. I'll show you some how it's working. So yeah. So here you can create a new workspace. I've already created some workspace for movies. So it's like a spreadsheet. You see where you can create a new tables with the columns. You can also upload images. And the good thing about this is you can call the REST API to like insert, update, and delete as well. So we don't need to make any data server-side application to do these CRUD operations. So we'll do these things in our next lesson. So this much for today. Thank you guys.